It's usually worth 7 life, which is, I guess, like 2.33 cards. And then you get added value from the hexproof that you can't really quantify into a card. You can hear Athena running around. Esther's been working from home, and Esther just like, or Athena just like tries to get Esther to stop working and play all day. Is this Scales? Looks like Scales. So I probably want to hold up Counterspell here, right? Yeah, she is a good dog. It's a good draw. Definitely a good card in this matchup, too. Saga's kind of scary, though. Yeah, she just thinks it's the weekend. All day, every day. I kind of like just casting Thought Scour. And if I draw a land, I'm just going to slam Murktide. And if I don't, I'll just play Ragavan. I think Black Red Bugbear is still good. I played it on stream this week. I think I was 7-3 with the deck. Felt totally fine. As deck I still like. How did I know it was Scales? The Pathway and Lur's companion with Sentinel is usually Scales, green white Scales. Alright, so we'll see if we can trade Ragavan for either the jar or the token. Yeah, the Brushland is definitely Scales, but I called it when we just saw these two cards. Scales doesn't play white. There are white versions that play of Scales. It is maybe a little bit of a mixed bag of variants, but there definitely is a white version of Scales, and that's also what we're playing against. And they play white for Sentinel, Ingenious Smith, and Luris. Shout out to Mr. Sari. Mr. Sari's always innovating on the Scales archetype. A few other decks too. Love to draw a fetch land, or just a fountain. Or maybe any land lets us steal. Probably should go ending on the Construct or Shadow Spear, I'm not sure. I feel like I should ending the Construct. Seems close though. We have 2 endings, we can ending the Spear later. We had a bad day with Jeskai Phoenix. We lost a lot to the Graveyard Hate. We also lost to big mana decks. It kind of feels like the metagame has adjusted, like, unfortunately quickly to be inhospitable to Phoenix. But we had, like, a glorious week of Phoenix being great. And maybe the metagame will shift back, but... And maybe I can figure out a way to build the sideboard in a way that things are a bit better for the archetype. Things are rough at the time of making this comment. Why go just go visit white? Yeah. So the idea is that Prismatic Ending solves a lot of problems for the archetype, where Chalice of the Void is a super popular main deck card and is really, really good against Izzet. And then and also Izzet is bad against Hammer Time usually. And Ending really helps that matchup as well. And then there's also like a lot of Rest in Pieces, which Ending helps against. And I think that this is like this is a good metagame adjustment for the blue-red Murktide deck. Elite 5 months, appreciate ya. And we haven't played, we haven't played infinite matches with this deck or anything, but I will say that the white cards have felt good in basically every single match in our 10 match sample size. Yeah, so I should just ending this and hold up Charm. What happens if they get to put 3 counters on the Ozolith, put those on the Ink Moth. And I don't have a really good answer to that. I can also steal the Ozolith, though. I might do that. Oh, right, the Graft. Yeah, I've got to steal. This feels really bad. Yeah, I forgot about the Grafts. We should have countered. But also, if they ping me, then they don't get the counters on the Ozolith. So this is actually better against the Ozolith. Yeah, this is actually, I think we maybe just stumbled onto the better line, chat. I think we accidentally stumbled onto the better line. Okay, so we should probably Prismatic Ending something. The Bolt can answer the Nexus on defense. If they just fire up Nexus, equip the Shadow Spear, gain 2, we kill them with the bolts. I think it should be the Scales, because it just like that makes these wastes like so much more. What are these called? Llanowar Reborn. A little bit more threatening. He did the Spear. I don't think we should hit the Spear. I think it should be this, because like the Scale just makes like any creature enter with +4/+4. Now it just makes it enter with +2/+2. I guess, you know, Spear 100%. Why? I guess like maybe make your argument for Spear here, but I don't really see how the Spear even matters this turn. Support your case with evidence from the textbook. Yeah. Them equipping Spear like is just a losing line for them. ... Dude, I love the ... meme. We just take every comment that inflicts psychic damage onto me and we turn it into a meme. Might have been better left to graft once. If they graft once, they can kill Murktide, because our Murktide's a 5/5. I guess I just shouldn't have played this. This is kind of a slow roll, because we know their hand's Luris. Alright, so I want the 4th ending for sure. I want these Wear Tears. I want the Moon. I want the Paths. I don't want Monke on the draw. Could probably cut the 4th Murktide. 4th Counterspell. 4th Bauble or 2nd Consider. Let me cut the 4th Bauble. Bliss is really bad if you don't get rid of the Scales. Yeah, exactly. That's why I think you're supposed to get rid of the Scales. But chat wanted me to get rid of the Spear instead, but I didn't see like a good argument for it. 7 threats. 7 threats is plenty. They don't have a lot of removal. Our threats are really evasive, and we're a control deck. We're transitioning to a control deck with so many removal spells post board. 7 spells is plenty, or 7 threats is plenty. It's not plenty in every matchup, but I think it is in this one. So we could have shocked to play around the Saga. Our Wear Tear is kind of overloaded here. Pretty sure I'm supposed to kill the Saga. They're a pretty good draw. Another Saga. What is the thought process behind cutting Murktide the matchup? You really don't want to draw too many early. The card can be quite clunky, and they can also really overwhelm Murktide Regent with their own creatures. What do I think of Scales right now? Right now, I hate it. I wish Wizards has made a huge mistake letting it be legal in the format this long. What are they thinking? It's like they hate me. I don't know though. It seems fine. I don't know what are we ending here. Their draw was so good. Jeez. If we ending the Ballista, they get 4 counters on the Ozolith, and any creature is just a huge threat. Could ending the Ozolith, but then they have a Saga to get another one soon. I think I'm just ending the Ballista. No, Scales isn't OP. I'm just teasing. Usually when I'm playing against a deck and someone asks me what I think of it, I just say that it's broken. It's not a very good joke, I guess. My deliveries needs work, but that's usually like the joke. Over 9,000, 8 months. Thanks, buddy. Alright, so I'd love to draw another ending. I will say this matchup is probably worse without the white cards. Didn't find one here, though. Let's go. And bottom Exile, play a Murktide. Can take a hit here, maybe. Maybe this is just a big old chump blocker. Maybe trade. Make it the 8/8. I'd probably put Scales over Affinity. I haven't like been in love with Affinity lately. Any Zabazes in the chat? Okay, we're gonna have to draw. Oh, actually, we might just kill them with Murktide Regent. Hold on. Guys. Yeah, I think they're just dead. They can't get flying. That was easy. 5 more counters. No, we're short. We're short. Sorry, I miscounted. In fact, was not easy. All right. Right. Yeah, I thought we would get 8 counters. 2 points short. 2 points short. To the play for game 3. Their draw was so good. Their draw was so good. But our matchup feels pretty good with all these white cards. Why show them this trick? Are we giving them the benefit of the doubt? I don't know. I don't care about maximizing every tiny small percentage point in MTGO leagues. I would say that probably 99% of players in the modern queues are aware that Murktide grows Murktide. But you're right, it's technically not correct. I just wanted to show them what I was doing because I've been chatting with them. What's a more annoying card to play with or against on Magic Online? Land of War Reborn or Urborg? They didn't keep a 1-lander, did they? No, they have Saga. Easily Urborg. Reborn not close. Some conflicting opinions in the chat. I'd say it's close. Wear Tear would be pretty good, huh? What's the problem with the Urborg? Just every land taps for black and just makes tapping for everything just a bit more awkward. Yeah, poll going. Yeah, if Ahmad wants to make a poll, we can see what the consensus is. I think my vote is Land of War Reborn. Probably good enough to keep. Well, we get to get the Wear Tear. It might be a little slow here, of course. Do I want a second Channeler or do I just want a Thought Scour? I guess I'll get a second Channeler. I think Path is a fine sideboard card in Modern right now. I don't think it's a particularly good main deck card, though. I'm going to offer the trade. I love the ... dots. If you're the one controlling Reborn, it's Reborn. That is an excellent point. So not making a construct. What a headache. I'm gonna fuse the Wear Tear. I feel like I should kill the Ozlith. The problem is the Ravager is a big headache. I guess I'll fuse, kill Ravager, kill Saga. And then they'll move their counters over to the Zabaz. I'll Unholy Heat. The Ozlith is a big problem here. Oh yeah. Land of War Reborn is really not even on the poll. It's weird. I'll graveyard this. We already have a Path in our hand and only one white source. And graveyard that gives me Delirium. Now heat in response to the modular trigger. I'd love to find another wear tear. Or, you know, ending, maybe. It's not that good because we only have one white. I'd probably keep ending on top. Alright, committed to it. Seems fine. Yeah, they only get 2 counters on the Ozolith too because they didn't sack anything. Oh wait, I miscounted somehow. Oh, sorry, they 3 counters because I forgot about the Land of War Reborn. And they sacked the Lantern, which is fine with me, I think. Fire Ice, 2 control oriented for this deck. Yeah, I mean, regular blue-red doesn't usually play Fire Ice. It's probably, you know, it's probably something you could test, but it historically hasn't been a good option, and I don't like necessarily think it's like secretly great in this deck, you know what I mean? Yeah, I might go ending on Ravager Steel Ozolith here. Get the counters for myself. It's combo with Murktide. I will graveyard this for Delirium. Graveyard this for Delirium. Now we have Delirium. Any Stealers? Probably graveyard that. Guess we can keep a Thought Scour. Ever see a set? I don't think I've ever seen a 7/7 Dragon Regis Channeler. It's pretty cool. Yeah, build your own Murktide. So they turn off Delirium. They have 6 points of power against their 7 life. I think I'll Thought Scour them. Then the Lantern to turn off my Delirium, and then this also gives me. This is a Preordain, and this is lethal. Cool. That's the Murktide control. I haven't played the archetype in a while. Could be worth looking into again. All right, so we did lose to Tron. Wait, I feel like I haven't beat Tron in so long. What's it like to be able to beat Tron, chat? I can't remember. So we can't Murktide next turn unless we draw a Bauble. The no showering, no deodorant, no brushing teeth has really done wonders for me and Esther's love life. Highly recommend. Yeah, Golos is just, the card is just like completely broken compared to really balanced cards like Demonic Tutor, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Mana Vaults. You know, real EDH cards. Okay, so if we get a Karn off Ragavan, or maybe we can draw a Counterspell, we're in good shape. Counterspell plus Murktide. I'm going to bolt them. Okay, we missed on the Counterspell. We did hit Karn off Ragavan earlier against Etron, and we still lost. Okay, I can't cast Warping Wail. The reason I would want to double heat here... Not really. What's the longest time I didn't take a shower? Right now, the month. Oh no, it's gotta be when I was a baby, right? How long until babies take a shower? I mean, any parents in the chat? How long until you have a baby and then the child takes the shower for the first time. It's got well, you give them baths, right? But it's not an actual shower, so it's got to be like. That's got to be the longest. I just don't know. I don't know how long does it take babies to take or children to take showers? Like 7 years. Yeah, okay, that's the longest period of no showers. $3 just went 5 with Esper Animator. Awesome. Yeah, I like that deck a lot. I haven't played it too much lately. Too much to do. Okay, opponent. Let's hope that you have nothing. You ever think about that? You get in the shower for the first time as a kid, and you never come out. Wow. This is so sad. Really says a lot about our society, if you think about it. Especially if it looks horrible. It's like way better when you actually draw counter spells. You have Ragavan on the play. I'd say that Murktide tends to be favored against Tron. And maybe we're playing less counter spells than Murktide usually plays, but we also have Ending, which can be good against Tron too. Wait, do they really just have nothing? Alright, I mean, that's basically nothing. We have nothing. So I guess it only stands that my opponent should have nothing too. I don't have anywhere to be. Does washing a baby with a handheld faucet count as a shower? Yes. And then they will grow up ahead of the curve, more advanced than all the other children. What do I do this turn? I guess I'll cast Ulamog. I guess I'll just cast this Ulamog. Maybe people who don't play Tron, like myself, are just jealous. And that's why we're always salty. We're just jealous of all their mana that they have that we don't get to use. I think let's submit this. Yeah, I think we're just jealous of all that sweet, sweet mana that we don't have. Yeah, Path is mostly for Murktide. I also bring it in against Hammer Time usually. Spreading Seas versus Triumph into the main deck. How does it work? Just turns it into an island. You're in the middle of a game right now, and you've just like, I don't know how this works. Quick, let's log into twitch.tv/aspiringspike and find the answers. But yeah, I'm pretty sure just turns into an island. And they don't get the other types. Also, if you could please, this is a new etiquette we have on the channel here. If you're gonna ask a question in chat, it's really important that you end it with ... If you're gonna ask me a question, please end your question with ... That would really help me out. And if you're gonna thank me for answering a question, also probably ... Let's just, to be safe, end every single comment with the ... There we go. Good. This is much better. Alright, I think we hit Karn the Great Creator this turn, and then not next turn. We can't cast it. Wrong time, data question. Add your ... melee! Put ... at the end of your comment. Look, everybody else in the chat has their ... Where is yours? If I see no ... is an immediate ban. It's an immediate ban. Fran, you get one pass for being a consistent friend throughout the years, but I don't want to see you slacking again. Fidsign, I thank you for the Twitch Prime. Okay, so moving on from, I feel like this joke's getting going pretty quick. But while we're waiting on our opponent, and because this is my channel, I want to talk about something very serious to me, and that's the Raid Redemption sequel, the Raid 2. Unexisted 8 months, appreciate ya. I've always loved the Raid 1, which is this, I believe it's a Singaporean action film, and the first movie was really, really good. One of my favorite movies I've ever seen, and I had never, I should have cracked the star. I'd never seen the second one, and I really wanted to watch it with somebody else for the first time. But I've seen the first of the Raid movies. I've seen it like 8 or 9 times. I love that movie. It's really, really good. But I finally, this last week with my friend Dalton, watched the second Raid. He had never seen the first one. We watched the first one. It was great as always. Then we watched the second one. And the second one kind of sucks. The second one kind of sucks. I was really unhappy with it. There's an actor in the first movie who's like one of the villains, and then they recast him for the second movie, and he plays a different character, and it was very confusing to me. Like, couldn't get past it, and they had like a lot of the action in the first movie is like really like the choreography is really good, and the combat, the fighting is really good and interesting, but in the second movie they like it's like a lot. It just looks like they watched anime for the first time, and then they just tried to emulate anime with their like choreography. It's just really disappointing to me. So I just wanted to soapbox a little bit and tell you about my recent disappointment. But I've been waiting to watch this movie for years, and now I just wish that I hadn't watched it. Yeah, same director. Yeah. It like I was so confused. We like it was not only was it the same actor, but the actor like had like the same fighting style, and he's like introduced like he's been like you see him disguised as a homeless man. And oh, also I forgot to mention, the actor in the first movie dies. I won't say how he dies because I don't want to give anything away. But the actor, the character that the actor plays in the first movie dies, and then they bring him back, and he's like. He's apparently playing a second character, which I had to find on Google, but he's like sitting on the streets disguised as a homeless man with all this hair, and I obviously assumed that he's just been in hiding, after the events of the first movie. But no, it's just the same actor, new character. It was just so bad. What movie is this? This is the Raid 2. The first Raid, the Raid Redemption, is one of my favorite movies. It's a great action movie. It's filmed in Singapore, I think. It's really, really good, and I've seen it like so many times, and I just have been waiting to watch the second one for years. And I know I built it. I had too much hype for it, but I was really disappointed. And I just this is what you get to do when you have a stream. You get to complain about 7-year-old movies that you waited 7 years to watch. Spoilers? Is it spoilers that they recast the character? I did try to have like a character dies, is what I said, and then they recast the character in the second movie. If anything, knowing the spoiler, it makes it a better viewing experience. Like, just like knowing that, okay, this is not the same character, because they do a really bad job explaining that. I think just knowing that makes it a better viewing experience. What's the reason behind leaving back some instance of sorceries, make the Murktide smaller? To keep delirium for the channelers. Okay, we'll get back to the magic. Does Dovin's V2 work through Chalice on 2? It does, yes. Did they recast the character or the actor? Sorry, they recast the actor. Sorry, I realized now I misspoke there. Yeah, obviously it was the actor recast. This hand is so much better on the play. I think I have to keep. Like on the play, we get to go Ragavan and then ending their turn 1 artifacts. But here, like we do have some tension between ending and our Ragavan. They've also multi 4, so I think okay about that. Just watch the trailer. I've never seen Dread. I don't know. I don't know what the inspirations were for it. But the first Raid is so good. Oh, okay. Let's watch. Let's watch while my opponent makes their mulligan decision, or maybe we'll wait a second. But I want to watch the trailer for the Raid 2, just the teaser, because I want you guys to understand. I saw this teaser, and I was so excited after seeing this teaser. I literally waited years so I could watch it with somebody else. I literally waited all of these years because this teaser was so good. Dude, the top card's Ulamog. That's got to be bad. But this is like one of the best teasers I've ever seen. It's just, I don't know. If you want no spoilers for the teaser for the Raid 2, get out. It's your final warning. It's just so good. Supposed to be good. I don't know. I really like this teaser. Maybe it's better if you've seen the first movie first. But man, I was so pumped. I was so pumped. Yeah. I don't know. The action scenes were still pretty good, but I feel like the first movie did a much better job like actually telling a story than this one did. So do we try to consider for a land here, or hold up the counterspell? I think we just hold up the counterspell. It has Ulamog, 3 other cards. Yeah, consider being an instant is so nice here, of course. Alright, no Natty Tron. Thank Clothis. Raider IP Man. I don't think I've ever seen the IP Man, but I've heard good things about it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. I'm gonna bauble myself here. See if I can main phase the consider. I guess I can't anyways because I have counterspell. I'm gonna get another mana. So maybe I should play Channeler here. Yeah, I've seen Invincible. I liked Invincible. Oh, okay, cool. So we have 5 looks at a land. I think that's enough for me. Because we graveyard this, which we knew was not a land, but we have 5 more looks. Very good hit. Thank you, Ragavan. So thank you for indulging me on my rants, but this happened last week and I've been wanting to talk about it. Yeah, the third movie, Raid, Shadow Legends. What, dude, if I ever get sponsored, oh, dude, oh, no. No! No! Tron, oh my gosh. I'm just so jealous of all their mana. Why does it suck so much to play against their deck? It just sucks. It's Bolt to 4, turn 4 Ulamog. Surgical by Counterspell. Deal. Bolt to 4, by the way. Yeah, they have Prince's Blessing. Okay. Alpine Moon off the top. Yeah, this game's not over. It's just frustrating, but whatever. We'll still just play it to the best of our abilities and complain the whole time. I end up losing the trophy race. Good run, though. Second Ulamog, let's go. They left the counterspell in the yard. Not a big deal. Easy mistake to make. Okay, so we're getting Blast Zoned. Not the worst case scenario, though. Especially because they're dead to the Murktide Regent hitting them, plus this lightning bolts, so... We beat now... 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So we beat at this point... Wormcoil Engine, Ugin... I guess really just those. Yeah, we lose this. Oh, 7 mana Karn. The game continues. We bolt the Karn and then we have a counterspell up. Like 7 mana Karn is an out for them. 4 mana Karn's also bad. Spending 8 mana. Yeah, that doesn't do it. 7 loyalty. Oh yeah, you're right. They can -7. I don't know why I was thinking they couldn't. But they don't have... Oh, do they have Dismember as their last card? They do! No way! No way, dude. So now I can make a 5/5 Murktide. So they either have to -7 their Ugin. This was we hit perfects, by the way. Land Murktide I think is perfects. They need another top deck, or they need to -7 their Ugin, but then we get to bolt and have counterspells up. Steal the Ugin. We also beat Dismember because we have another bolt. Or we have a bolt. Yeah, it's been a good game, honestly, but still a frustrating one. We also beat Karn for bridge because we have Prismatic Ending. They -7 the Ugin, pass. Yeah, and just getting to here go Bolt Ugin. We got Charms up. We're not in bad shape. They've already cast 1 Ulamog. Prismatic Ending is good against Tron. On turn 1, like, exiling a Star Sphere or map is really good against them. And you can also answer Bridge. If we wanted to end of turn bolt on Ugin, so if we drew Murktide, they couldn't -7. Maybe. Maybe we did. You kind of like countering the Stirring. I mean, it's just so bad if their mystery card is something, right? Countering Stirring is obviously fine. Is obvious. It's only good if they hit Ulamog, right? And they've already cast 1 Ulamog. Yeah, countering Stirrings is only good if they Ulamog, because you just counter anything else, and they've already cast 1 Ulamog. I think it was better to not. If we just draw another island here, we are still in fine shape. We have 1 more Steam Vents in the deck as a fetchable red source. They get a Yavimaya here. They don't play it for some reason. We need to concede. Okay, they have Ugin on top. Okay, we have Jovin's Veto. This has been definitely a really good game. Definitely been a really good game. And I know that my opponent's been getting very lucky, but we've also drawn pretty well. Like, we had perfects off that iteration. Now, if we just draw a land, we're in good shape. Any land. Dovin's Veto is fine, too. Not going to counter that. They've already used the Blast Zone. They get a Sanctum, yeah. They've already used both Ulamogs, though, so I'm not too afraid of Sanctum. Maybe I should be. Okay, it's not as good as a red source, but just like being able to draw 2 Charms is such a big deal. They do have a lot of dead draws. I think I'm happy to counter this because of the Sanctum. Okay, don't have red mana. Could Alpine Moon the Yavimaya. How many dragons do we have left? 2, I think. Yeah, maybe it's better to Alpine Moon the Sanctum. I'm not sure. Okay, how do we feel about just jamming Murktide Regent? Draw 2 spike, red sources. Yeah, right. I'm supposed to pass a charm up here. Too risky. I think it's better to hold up charm for a turn. Because it's like if they have something big, we've already killed. They have to have a third Ulamog for like us to really get got too much. Yeah, we have at least another turn. And like if we could just draw like land counterspell or something, it'd be pretty good. I think we have 4 counterspells in the deck. Oh no, sorry. We have they got surgical. Our counterspells got surgical. Oh my gosh, that makes the Dovin's Veto top deck off Bauble that much better. So they didn't tap their Sanctum for mana, so they can't Worm Coil this turn. Yeah, they also rolled the 4 this game. They've already cast 2 Ulamogs though. They have to have a third Titan here. They get a Walking Ballista, which we can Prismatic Ending and then play Murktide if they cast it this turn. Otherwise, they have 6, 12, 13 mana, which makes it a 6/6, which is not able to kill Murktide. We can maybe Alpine Moon them too. We can't. All right, all in on Murktide. Shove all in. Urza's Mine gives them, again, 6, 12, 14 mana. 7/7 Ballista does not do it here. Their last card has to be something better than Ballista. Taps Yavimaya. Okay, this has to be the Ballista, right? They didn't count their they didn't count their mana. I had to count it for them. This has been one of the craziest matches I've ever played. This has been absurd. Like, this has been maybe like the swingiest game of Magic I've ever played. But it says GG 2 mana short. They're actually 3 mana short. Right? They have 15 mana. They need 18 in order to, yeah. 2 mana, 3 mana short. I'm not gonna correct them. We got there. Yeah, both players just like drawing perfects for like 6 turns in a row. That was something else. Peak Magic right there. Shawnee, 4 months, appreciate you. Yeah, man, if that surgical is like almost any other card besides a land, cannot win that game. Oh yeah, I also wait. Was the Stirrings off Monke this game? It was, yeah. That was true. That was a really good hit too. Yeah, really good game. Do you want a second Alpine Moon on the board? Maybe. The matchup isn't as good as I thought. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe we're getting like my opponent definitely got very lucky to spike 4th Tron piece Ulamog on the Moldafor with no tutors. Opponent had 15 mana and needed 16 to cast Ballista for 8. I counted that they had 13. But whatever, right? Either way, they're not right about being 2 mana short. But I thought they had 13. It doesn't matter anyways. Alright, opponent has mulled to 6. They had 15. Okay, then they were, you know, 1 mana short of killing Murktide then. 3 ads today. You can avoid the ads by subscribing, Pedro, but I don't have. The only ads you get are when you turn into the stream. I don't have ads enabled in the middle of the stream unless Twitch is somehow turning those on. So if you're seeing ads, it means you're leaving the stream and coming back, and I have no control over it. I don't want to hear any complaints about it. So if I see a land on top, I want to Bauble now. If I'll be facing for Twitch Prime, yeah, I think I get to Scour on their turn. Just kidding, I got you. Well, you know. Hard to, you know, I don't know what you want me to say. Fluffy, thanks for Twitch Prime. I just want to jam a 7/7 Murktide and get Mana Tithe. I think I'm down to get Mana Tithe. I think we'll get another Steam Vents since they're land destruction deck, and I don't think the endings are very good against them. Mana Tithe. Any Mana Tithes in the chat? Nope. Think about Amulet right now? We have Fran in the chat. Maybe he can enlighten us. Yeah, this looks like the, you know, red-white land destruction deck. Oh, that's a great draw. Amulet is bad, says Fran. It's probably bad then. Good luck with the stream. I don't think I need to bolt them now. It's okay, now I wish I had bolted them. 5 out of Monday deck's still bad, bummer. Maybe you'll get a new tool in the new set or something. Yeah, it is true that the ads are like a little inconsistent. It's kind of RNG. yeah. Amulet not as bad as opponent's deck. Opponent says well played. I cast the Murktide and bolted you. Masterfully played on my part. Thank you, opponent. Thank you for noticing my skills there. I don't know what I did that was so good there. But the opponent's definitely being nice. Maybe with the heats for their planeswalkers. Yeah, I guess I don't want the more 3-mana spells against them. Just said thing. Oh yeah, I forgot the ... I feel like it's a hard matchup. Ogborg, he was 7 months. What's my current favorite deck in Modern? Probably still Jeskai Phoenix, although I feel like the metagame's adjusted to where it's not as good as it was for like that 1 week. Oh, it didn't mean to be 61. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, the life of the land destruction player is, dang, another bad matchup. I can't believe it. Well, let's try our best, then hope we have a better matchup next round. Ah, another bad matchup. That's like 10 in a row now. It's 10. That's 10 bad matchups in a row. The chances just aren't great, but that's okay. We'll just keep playing land destruction and hope to dodge the bad matchups. You put a Vampiric Link on a Murktide. Seems pretty sick. They play Chalice? Maybe. Maybe, yeah. We'll see. I'm doing it. I'm giving up on Blurred Phoenix. Yeah, I think it's time to probably put it down for a little bit until the metagame adjusts. Amikio, think of a Twitch Prime. Or like, if I feel like I can figure out a way to build the sideboard so that I have like a fine Tron matchup and like Graveyard Hate, then maybe I'll figure it out. But I just don't think that there's enough room to, like, because you need a lot of Tron Hate and you need a lot of Graveyard Hate and you need, I guess maybe you could just cut some of the Cascade Hate. I'll think about it. Mana Tithe? Oh, oops. I was ready to Dovin's Veto. I will counterspell the Spyro. Yeah, I was playing Wildfire. I think Cleansing Wildfire is good against Tron, especially because you can flash it back with Dimulich. I didn't really realize just how good flashing back Wildfire was against Tron until today. We did it. It's just like being able to play it off a ledge is really strong. But it's just like if you play like 4 Wildfires on your side, which you need to beat Tron, it's really hard to also have room for the Graveyard Hate and the Cascade Hate, just everything. So maybe I'll figure it out, and maybe I won't. But that's where I'm at the moment. Surgicals and Wildfire. Yeah, if you play Surgicals too, you also like you can also bring in Surgical against Tron. I think your matchup even gets better. But the problem is it's like the wear tears are really important. I feel like you can actually like never cut Wear Tear from your sideboard. Yeah, I feel like you could really never cut Wear Tear. You need it to beat the lock pieces. Just one of the best sideboard cards of the format. So like those 3 slots are locked in. But I guess you could cut the Flusterstorms. You could cut the Flusterstorms. I was thinking that those might be like immutable, but they actually aren't the more I'm thinking about it. So we probably want to bring in answers to this post board. Let's try to find a Murktide though. Any Murktiders? Yeah, Thought Scour doesn't really give you much selection with DRC, so I think I'm just, you know, scouring, hoping to find a Murktide. Milled over a Murktide. I feel like if Phoenix has so many bad matchups, it doesn't have no sideboard slots, probably bad against the field. Maybe, yeah. But Phoenix is really good against Hammer Time, it's really good against Ragavan, and it's really good against Control, which is a big part of the metagame. But it's bad against Tron, it's bad against Reanimator, and it's bad against, like, you know, a million Graveyard Hate pieces. So, I mean, that's not even necessarily true. Like, you can fight through, like, Blue-White Control's hate pretty easily. Yeah, that's just the overall evaluation. All right, last turn to draw a Murktide. Probably. Oh, sorry. It's my phone, not yours. That's my phone, not yours. Phoenix is also bad against Elements. Yeah, I haven't really played that matchup very much. I believe it, although some versions of Elementals played no main deck Endurance. I'm not really afraid of those versions. But maybe you're right. Okay, so let's bring in Prismatic Ending to deal with Sanctifier. Alpine Moon is okay to hit Cataracts. Well, they also have... They have lots of different indestructible lands. It's not just that one. What makes Phoenix good at Hammer Time? I don't see how it has advantage. I guess maybe I lost to it earlier today, but I think I'm something like 6-1 against it. Like, you have a plethora of cheap removal, including Prismatic Ending, which is the best removal spell. Demi Lich, it can cast these removal spells turn after turn and have like that kind of cascading advantage. Phoenix can also be like a recursive blocker against them, which is pretty strong as well. Yeah, I found the matchup to be really good. You have Gutshot too, which helps you against Sentinel. What's better than Jeskai, Phoenix, Charmal, or Wildfire? I was thinking, like, Charmal is the better card against Tron overall, but Wildfire has better synergy with the deck overall, and Wildfire is also... Hold on. My opponent showed me Bolt and... Ending. I might wait until turn 2 to play this with Flusterstorm up. No, that's too bad against Sanctifier. I need to play Ragavan on one. Yeah, but Wildfire being able to be flashback by Demi-Lich makes me want to play Wildfire more. Couldn't you just cut the Moons and Chalices and put a set of Wildfires and keep the 3 Surgicals? Cut the Moons and Chalices. I don't currently have Moons in the sideboard. But I think you can actually cut the Flusterstorms for the... You can cut Flusterstorms for Surgicals. That might be good. Maybe I'll just like play a League of that tonight and see how it feels. But that might be the best way to build a sideboard. Cascade deck. I also haven't played against any Cascade decks this week. I could be overcompensating for them, but Rhinos like should be, you know, still one of the best decks in the format. Did you like Serum Vision's Esper Reanimator? I did, but I didn't like the cantrip version as much as I liked the Chalice version. But I did like the cantrips. I think my opponent's going to lose because they played around Dash Ragavan and not a Counterspell. They were talking about Cleansing Wildfire, the 2-mana Wildfire. Can be my phone because no one ever calls me. I wish no one ever called me. I just have like mono spam calls. Usually I like to turn off the sound on my phone, but then if I do have to do it in the middle of the stream, I have to mute the music to do it, I think. I don't really want to do that. That pause when you cast Ragavan said a lot. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. You could feel the pain through the computer screen. Guess I'm scouring. I'm sorry, little one. Did they? Surely they didn't like hold the lightning bolt there. They must have just drawn it. Alright, let's hit a pillage. I'm ready. Never lucky. I'm going to consider on my turn. If I did DRC, I want to play it. I don't think I'm going to need to hold up 2 counterspells. They have Prismatic Ending. It's bad for us. Pillage, pillage. I mean, getting flooded against the land destruction deck is not the worst matchup to get flooded in. Yeah, that's fine. Lands become counterspells against land destruction decks, chat. Remember this wisdom. Lands become counterspells against land destruction decks. Yeah, that is a hit. That's not too bad either. It's maybe not good to cast this here. I mean, Counter-X is better than Citadel because it doesn't like get hit by Karn the Great Creator. And they also play the tap indestructible lands too, but I mean, Counter-X and Flagstones are better than Citadel. Okay, that's something. I did just discard my ending. I can get in 3 damage here. Yeah, I think I'll sack Ragavan for 3 damage. At a time I played a 1-drop, my opponent could never ever win. I don't know. We were actually in really bad shape if they had any of their 8 removal spells on turn 1 this game. Okay, I'm not going to Dovin's Veto that. And it kind of feels like they held the bolt until turn 2, but they must have just drawn it because it doesn't really make sense for them to have done that. Remember when your opponent didn't have answer turn when the game was over? Yeah, I do remember that for sure. yeah. I'm not. Yeah, Ragavan's not a well-designed card. I finally have said it. I mean, I say it all the time. Ragavan, not a well-designed card. I'll just hit him with the WP2. Yeah, 3-0. I'm currently 11-2 with this version. Feels pretty good. Alright. Keep. Oh, they had Cataract. Well, they couldn't cast the Verdict, though, but they did have blue mana, you're right. Suspends the Footfalls. Okay. We haven't played against Rhinos with this deck. This version is definitely a little bit softer to Rhinos. Chat. Scalding Tarn on top. So they go ice to dance around my counterspell pretty well. Just use the mana of the Thought Scour now. We do have Delirium for heats. So I guess I'll leave this up so I can just heat a Rhino. Might go heat a Rhino, steal a Rhino. If you have Blossoming Calm on your sideboard, I bring against Mill. They don't usually. Mill doesn't play that many cards that Blossoming Calm stops these days. A new fish. Thank you for 3-month resub. Appreciate you. I'm doing well today. Yeah, I've been in pretty good mood the last couple days, but I'm also kind of tired from yesterday. I had a long day. But mood's good. Yeah, so let's. I think we hold up Charm this turn, and the next turn we can go Regent Counterspell. Even Archive Trap? Maybe. I would have to think about it more, but if it only stops Archive Trap, I guess it stops like Hedron Crab, not the other crab. Yeah, I guess I just have to think about it a bit more. Okay, so do I want to steal a Rhino, or do I want to counter the Rhinos? I think I want to steal, because I want to use one of my heats on a Rhino here. We also have, endings. We also have the Murktide to block the other Rhino. They actually, a lot of Millas are cutting the 2-mana Milton. It's been pretty popular for them to just not play Glimpse anymore. Yeah, I need to save the counterspell for this Footfalls. I could go DRC Heat and then hold up counterspell though, and then I can. Is that better than playing the Murktide this turn? I think it is better than playing the Murktide here, since this is going to better play around my opponent having Petty Theft, because they'll Petty Theft this Rhino. And if we can find another counterspell, that'd be pretty good. I tried the Murktide, the Footfalls. Okay. Resolved. Was it? This is going pretty good today, JK. Feeling pretty good today. I finally got to rant about the raid and the raid 2. Alright, Fury pitch Seasoned Pyromancer to kill. To deal 3 damage to Channeler, 1 damage to the Rhino. And then they're going to make 2 wolf tokens. That's a lot of wolf tokens. Hit me for 7. Flash, additional +1 counter. Wait, they're playing 2 Arlen. They really should have attacked with the Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, why are they playing Arlen? Oh, yes. Let's go. Am I going to attack with this Rhino? Block here. Then we take 6, 8. It's kind of a lot. Yeah, I think we leave the Rhino back. And then we can, if we can iteration into a Bolt or a Murktide, we win. This doesn't make them uncounterable, right? Yeah, just flash, +1 counter. What happens if this flips? Because of 5/5. Okay, Arlen doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, but it might not be as good as Chariot. Oh! Do we have any woos in the chat? They got Counterspell. They've got 1 card in their hand. Alright, so it's about to come night. Instant speed Charlotte's Agent, pretty good. And they can block the Rhino, go to 1. We have a lot of hits on Iteration now. Heat, bolts. I guess we can't draw Murktide anymore. It just has to be bolt or heat. So we lose. Oh, the agent has a counter on it too. I guess we're dead. Exile cards. I can't cast the Murktide. But if I had not countered the Rhinos. Yeah, this is not a land. This is the knight. Yeah, I guess we win if we don't counter the Rhinos. Maybe it was not good too. Weird game either way. One ending? I don't think I like the endings. We have heats to deal with the tokens. Yeah, Arlen, man. Give me a chance. Ah, oh, come on. Alright, nothing I'm gonna Dovin's Veto this turn. Can Dovin's Veto and Arlen. Fatal Push never kills Murktide Regent. Unless you have Phantasmal Image Murktide Regent. And it kills that. Alright, so we have one more type for heat to kill Bone Crusher, which we found. Life total is kind of low though. I think we're just gonna scour here, see if we find a red creature, which we did not. Just play this tapped. Not Arlen, anything but Arlen. Main phase Endurance. Okay, so we'll heat that with the trigger on the stack. Not too bad. Alright, they could definitely have Dispute here, but I think I'm supposed to... I guess maybe I could have put Teferi in my hand instead. Gone Teferi hand, cast Ragavan, hold up Veto. That was probably better. But this worked out. I've got Dovin's Veto to answer Arlen, but if I don't draw my Veto in time, I'm probably pretty toast. The Fury? Fury's pretty good here. Need a Bolt? I think I like casting the Ragavan. We need our opponent to cast some non-creature spells this turn. If they attack Teferi, I'm just going to let it happen. We have plenty of answers to Rhinos. I'd love for my opponent's hand to be 2 Violent Outburst. Okay, well, Dovin's Veto, Arlen. Dude, I would love to hit Arlen off Ragavan here. It's like, it's not the best hit, but it would be awesome. Okay, just a Sulfur Falls. So we're on a 2-turn clock for the Fury. I do have 2 bolts in my deck. Okay, thankfully drew a Counterspell for this Fury. So they have Mystical Dispute in their hand and they realize it doesn't do anything. So we need to play around Mystical Dispute now. How does it Veto in the Phoenix sideboard? I mean, no. Don't think it really solves too many problems. Okay, so we have 2 choices. We can hold the Ragavan back to chump block, or we could try to hit any creature to stop the Fury. I think I'd rather attack. This is the higher upside, and they've got a lot of things that like just deal with this for a turn. And this is one of them. Yeah, the upside is here, but they're gonna get to play the Fury again, kill this. We get to cast the Borrower, which can't block the Fury. Chat. They didn't cast the Fury, chat. They didn't cast the Fury. I can't believe it. Nobody say anything. So there's Fury, Mystical Dispute, Mystery card. I'll Dovin's Veto this. They also, why did they should have tried to kill the Borrower too, right? They also didn't veto we drew Charm, let's go! I can't believe it! We were so dead, we were dead. Oh, we were so dead. The Islands and Mountains do look pretty good, actually. These from the Innistrad set? Yeah, they do look pretty good. How did I kill Thuri? I bounced Fury with Petty Theft, and they just didn't recast it. I don't know. I don't know, chat. Oh, these are D&D set? The little wolf is so hard to see. Yeah, paid actor. Alright, that probably is the nail in the coffin. Yeah, you can guess both house off Ragavan. It goes to your own adventure zone. Yeah, they were obviously playing around a counterspell, just like it didn't make really any sense for them to. They couldn't afford to play around one there. So this card, Dispute, Mystery card. Mystery card was Violent Outburst, which I guess doesn't do anything against the Flyers. Endurance doesn't save them. Yeah, nothing saves them. All right, well. I feel like we kind of lost game one. Maybe we shouldn't have. We got a little unlucky to win game one. We got very, very lucky to win game two. I think I like my sideboard plan. Let's just go to game three. I can see going out to 2 iterations on the draw. Yeah, Arlen is probably a little too good for Modern. Think we should swap a Wear Tear for an EE? You could. You could also cut the what do we add? The second Flusterstorm maybe for an EE. I'm not sure how bad this matchup is though. Ragavan on the draw. No, Ragavan's still like really good at this matchup. I think. Oh, by the way, does the audio sound like any better today, or is it about the same? Because I did switch back to the old mic, which is it's a bit more wieldy than the cup, but I just want to know if it actually sounds better. It sounds about the same. I mean, that's fine. I don't think the audio quality was bad before. I did turn up I turned up the volume. I turned up the volume, which a lot of people were complaining about. I kind of want to play around ice here. Yeah, let's play around ice. Okay, good to hear. Yeah, I mean, I was using the cup mic for the longest time. I still have it in the cup as a backup. I used to have a boom arm for this microphone, but I've got the clamp for it. It's totally missing. And this one Athena knocked down, and the input is a little messed up on it. Like where you plug in the cord, but I got electrical tape on it now, and it's holding, but it was just like falling out earlier. I kind of don't think that they're going to Violent Outburst in response. I guess I'm wrong. That was the perfect draw. I can't believe it. We are so freaking whitelisted. We are so whitelisted. I can't believe it. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I have 6. We'll give it to them. We'll give it to them. They need the help. Ah! Nobody panic. I need to fetch the dual lands when I did. They're drawing another forest. Teferi stops the footfalls. If we could just either draw Ragavan or survive until we can minus here, we're in okay shape. They're trying to do something in the upkeep. Seems like that something has maybe killed this Teferi. Yeah, they have a lot of ways to kill Teferi. Feels bad. At least we stop the footfalls. Don't need to draw Ragavan. Ugh. They tried to Brazen Borrow? No, I think they just tried to fire. Okay, that's fine, kind of. Copium. You can also just draw an island. We have 2 islands, so we have like 6 good draws here out of 40 cards. That's a castable spell. Yeah, I don't feel like... I mean, we're a 3-color deck. I don't think the Blood Moons are... I mean, obviously the Blood Moons have some value here. Okay. This has been a really weird match. Okay. Good draw, too. This has been a really weird match, though. All 3 games have been just like... I don't know, man. Don't know what word I should use to describe them. I love the... I also love that one of these Blood Moons is white bordered. So was the Walker good? It seemed fine. I don't know. Good is probably a stretch. It didn't seem that bad. Yeah, we need Echoing Calm. Don't think I'm in a rush with this Bolt, even though we get the Surveil value. Now, should I hold up Counterspell / Veto or Murktide? I'd probably just hold up the Counter Magic. Because they're just dead next turn. Never mind. You get chat will never forgive me if I don't cast Arlen, right? Yeah, I think I am never... Nobody forgives me. Okay. They conceded. I hesitated. I should have cast the Arlen. Okay, so this is my 3rd league with this deck. I 4-1 the first 2. We're currently 4-0. Let's get a prediction going, though. It's a keepable hand. When is the time we'll be playing Red-Green Athenas? Hopefully. Red-Green Athenas. Dot, dot, dot. Easy clap. Hey, Mr. Ride, welcome from YouTube. Keep that. Might fire off an iteration next turn. Is this the mirror? It's probably it's at least like blue-red, the blue-red version. Oh no, it could be Blue Moon. The Sulphur Falls. Oh man, this double canal is so awkward. Alright, I think I'm just not gonna play around Blood Moon. I don't usually like to fire off iteration like this either, but I think it makes sense with this hand. Hold. Well, Kosk, if you think Spell Pierce is that good, you know, that's like definitely how good innovation happens. Is a player goes, I think that deck should be doing this, and then you do it and you win because of it. So if you think that Spell Pierce is that good and underplayed, I encourage you to try it out. To counter this, we get to make a big ol' Murktide. I have 2 instants or sorceries in my yard. I think I'll just iteration here. I think they'll counter this. That's okay. They did not counter this. Pretty good iteration as well. Not sure I could have picked a better 2 cards. I'll keep it consider. We get to go consider Scour into turn. What did I cut the 4th Ragavan for? Spell Pierce, I guess. 4th Ending, maybe. We're not running 1 Spell Pierce yesterday. I think I had it in some of my drafts. I don't know how many, if it necessarily made it to the final versions of any of the deck yesterday. But I do think like the first Spell Pierce is like a very good flex spot. It's a totally reasonable include. An 8/8 Murktide. I can maybe make mine bigger than theirs though. I think they're playing Blue Moon. I want that second island pretty badly. So let me go Scour. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can play the first Murktide, exiling 2 spells. And the second Murktide, exiling all 5. And then seems like we're in good shape. Do we have another Murktide too? They have Petty Thefts. They have 2 Petty Thefts. It's pretty good. Jeez, 2 Petty Thefts. And another Murktide. Well, they missed out on 2 points of damage. So we have 2 card types in our yard. I think we graveyard that. Scour is a pretty big game. If we draw an untapped land and we mill like 3 spells, I guess that's kind of a pipe dream. But here we get to go heat this. Play. I guess we have to play one of these as a chump blocker, unfortunately. I'm not really sure how we get out of this. Basically, I need heat. Yeah, heat maybe gets us out of this. Ragavan into like a Jace or something. Oh, Channeler. Of course. Kind of a, you know, out of the frying pan, still in the fire kind of situation. Oh, we also need another type in the yard too. If we draw a fetch land, Channeler has Delirium. I think I'm just gonna go for that. And then we go to 1. Oh, we didn't draw a fetch. Okay. Yeah, the double bar was just pretty bonkers there. But we get to bring in 2 paths. The Teferis, the Flusterstorms, cutting the lightning bolts, the endings. Probably want vetoes too. Probably play no more than 2 heat. Maybe just play 1 veto or 2 vetoes over the 4th Bauble. Yeah. It's also clear now. Opponent's playing Blue Moon, I think. It's a very good deck right now. I think a little underplayed. Deck I'm liking a lot. Do you think Jeskai is favored head-to-head against Is It? You get access to Path to Exile and Teferi, which give you, I feel like, a decent edge. Game 1's probably pretty close. Your mana is more painful. You get access to Ending, which is okay in the mirror, but not better than the red removal. You can also for Monkeys in DRC. Yeah, they're not playing Monkey or DRC. I think they're not. I think they're playing Murktide, Borrower, Blood Moon. Let's keep this. Is Remand a consideration with Murktide? Remand is really bad at Modern right now. Don't play it. Love that play. Don't have anything I need to counter on turn 2. You need modern playable alternatives to a braid. I don't want this to be one of those Spike just yells at every single suggestion, but I will tell you that in a very similar way to Remand, I think a braid is not very good at modern at the moment. I think that 2 mana 1-for-1s that can't kill Murktide Regent tend to be cards I'm not happy to include in my modern decks at the moment. And like even against the artifact decks, Remand is not, or a braid is not a card that really shines, where you're trading down on mana most of the time with it, which is not great for like your like techie removal spell to like not even be that good against Hammer or the artifact decks. What alternatives? I see. Well, it might have to be a different color, you know. Well, that was a pretty good draw. Should have left up this. It was Prismatic Command, actually. Yeah, Prismatic Command's probably better. I have seen some of the Eggs decks. At the time of making this comment, I don't feel like those decks are really good. And I'll bounce. Messed up, mistapped. I think it's to play a big old Murktide Regent. Like Vidalcan Shackles and Control. I'd have to think about it a bit, but my gut's telling me it's probably not great. Alright, so we can maybe find Path off this iteration. Hand, bottom, Exile. Bauble myself. And then I suppose we are trying to find a path off this Bauble here. Yeah, Shackles is a really cool card. I can't really remember the last time I felt like it was like competitive though. But definitely a cool card. So they could mess up and send the snap at me. Yeah, they send both at Teferi. So I think I'm just gonna draw 2. So bad I have to counter this charm here. I think I need this charm to resolve. And I hope they don't have another threat. There's the path, okay. Oh, yeah, I really like charming there first, obviously. Yeah, even if they have a second Murktide, we just go Path plus Heat the other Murktide. Alright, so I'm feeling all of a sudden pretty good. Although that Hall of the Storm Giants, that's one hell of a card. You've walked right into my Flusterstorm opponent. Right into my Flusterstorm. Yeah, the Hall is just Hall of the Storm Giants is so good. The card is just gigantic. They do need a land to activate it here. Seems they don't have. Do I heat the Snapcaster here? I don't think so. Yeah, it seems like they're even afraid to attack as a Ragavan. Which I think I probably would have attacked here if I were them. It's hard to say for sure. A lot of things to consider. Man, this is a very swingy game. Not over either. Any cube draft available on Moda? I'm not sure at the moment. Yeah, how the turntables, huh? 4 mana. It could be Jace. Jace would be pretty good here. Why are they stealing? They have so many answers to Ragavan here. The Snapcaster blocks. I feel like they really needed to draw 2. Last card's Flusterstorm, sure. Not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4 spells in the yard. Yeah, this game it was pretty free. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I think we lose if we don't draw 2 before the Teferi dies, which wasn't the easiest play to make. Wasn't the hardest play to make either. And they messed up with the Flusterstorm, which is super easy to do. Flusterstorm has definitely gotten my opponent a few times this match. Yeah, really easy mistake to make. Well, we have one more game before we call this a trophy. One more game. We have on the draw too. Let's not get too crazy and say anything like easy trophy yet. Yeah, Flusterstorm definitely the MVP. I think I'm resubmitting. I'm not gonna bring an Alpine Moon for Hall. I could play the 3rd Heat maybe. I feel like I'm a little light on removal, but I'm also like pretty heavy on threats. This is fine. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. I need to get some water. I'm sure that sounded so gross. No, opponent's playing more of a control deck. They're not playing Monke. Okay. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Probably should have Flusterstormed that. You're gonna turn 2 Murktide? It's just a 4/4. Punish for not Flusterstorming. You have to get a Delirium. So maybe I should Iteration on 2 here. Okay, drawing that. I think we play the Ragavan. It dying gives me a creature for Delirium. All right, Thought Scour is insanely good for us here. Build over a path. Let's see, do I want to fire off the Iteration? I think I'm going to hold. Down to 9? This is so weird. This game I feel like has not been a good indicator of how this matchup usually goes. Just felt pretty all over the place. If they kill my Ragavan, I'm like really not that sad about it. Because that's Delirium for Unholy Heat after the iteration. They definitely have Archmage's Charm. They're 100% to have Archmage's Charm here. How many turns do you think the average modern game lasts? 5? Okay. So they definitely have Charm. I should have thought a little bit more about that. I feel like there's no way we ever fight over that, though. I can play a second Ragavan for Delirium here. And then Unholy Heat. I can also just go land Murktide Regent. Counter their Counterspell. No play? I think we have to play something. Murktide and hold up Veto. I think I like this. We could wait on the... Yeah, I think I'll wait on the Heat till their upkeep. Or if they draw 2, I'll just let the draw 2 resolve, then Heat the Murktide. I think we let the draw 2 resolve at least. Maybe they have Force of Negation, we get them a Flusterstorm again. Waiting stops the Storm Count. Storm Count doesn't matter that much. Because we're not dead even if we lose this fight, you know? And I think we use Flusterstorm over Veto here. And we actually beat a Flusterstorm of theirs because we can pay. Oh no, they just Flusterstorm the Heat. Never mind. No, they have the Charm. I don't think my opponent's... I think that bluff is like kind of too hard to make. So they have Flusterstorm. We lose to land bolts. They have to do this correctly. Okay, they do it correctly. They just target the Heat. But then we get to play a bigger Murktide next turn with Dovin's Veto up. And we get to hit them with Ragavan. If they don't have land, untapped red source, lightning bolt as 2 of their 3 cards. Untapped blue source. Great game. Want to veto here instead of Fluster. You lose the treasure if you veto, so it's like you're spending the same amount of mana, and veto is a better counterspell when that's considered, you know? Seven Murktide. I'll play around Fire Ice, I think, by sacking the treasures. They obviously have it in their deck. They just cast it. Big draw step. It's kind of a headache. I think I cast it. I'll be mindful about controlling Delirium, but I can't attack here. It doesn't block, I don't have Delirium. I think they drew Murktide. No, we already have a land in the graveyard. Fetching doesn't give Delirium. We need to draw something crazy. Hold on. Yeah, we need to draw like Teferi into Path or something like that. Or like cantrip that turns on Delirium into Path or Teferi. So I'm gonna get a second white source here. That doesn't do it. Bummer, dude. This is a great match, though. Great match. Always the 4-1, never the 5-0, though. It's like 3 4-1s with this deck in a row. Which is really good. but not trophy number 5 here. I'm liking this deck a lot. I am liking this deck a lot. Let's at least start another league. I don't want to end now. Hopefully it's not a super long league.